If you're not ready to dive into the emotional depths of a Pisces moon in this video, probably good if you click out now. Hola my beautiful lotus flowers, welcome back or welcome to my channel. If you're into nerding out on everything astrology, spirituality, and self-transformation, this is a community for you. Today's video is all about the Pisces moon sign. If you're not sure what a moon sign is, be sure that you are watching this video for more details. As a short summary for this video, the moon sign is where the moon was located at the time of our birth, and it tells us a lot about our deeper emotional nature, deepest desires and needs that a lot of people don't know about us unless they maybe know us really well. Whereas our sun sign is more of our egotistical physical nature, and then our rising sign is more of how we show up in the world and can reveal a lot about our purpose in life. We're going to start off by talking about some important general traits of somebody with the moon in Pisces, and then we're going to talk about some deeper secrets, emotions, and desires that a Pisces moon sign may face in life, and then finish off the video with what a Pisces moon sign needs to feel fulfilled, which is really important, so be sure you stay tuned for that. First, let's start off by talking about the general traits of somebody with a Pisces moon sign. The number one thing you should keep in mind is that Pisces is the mutable water sign ruled by Neptune and Jupiter, symbolized by the two fish. A Pisces moon sign, sun sign, and rising sign will all display these traits, but they display them differently. So I'm about to break down how each of these traits plays into a Pisces moon's life. Number one, having the moon sign so heavily influenced by Neptune and Jupiter makes this person someone who's extremely open-minded with an open heart to anyone and everyone, often seeing the good in people in places that no one else can. If you're not sure, Neptune is the planet of illusions, dreams, other realms, and receptivity, whereas Jupiter is the planet of higher thinking, expansion, philosophy, etc. Having these two planets combined influencing somebody's moon sign will mean that they have an emotional nature that is super open-minded and ready to understand anyone and everyone, no matter who it is. On top of that, they're 100% willing to believe in things that other people can't see. So this person probably is very spiritual and very empathetic and very in tune with themselves and with everything around them, from the trees to the sky to the rain to the water, everything around them, because they just naturally have broken down those boundaries that a lot of people have to the physical realm, and they just naturally move between realms, if you will. I'm not saying that they are astral planing all the time, which they might, but what I am saying is that there tends to be a natural connectedness to everything around them, no matter what it is or who it is. And because of this, their mind doesn't really know any boundaries. Their mind and emotions are so ready to understand somebody or something and what their experience has been in this life. They really don't have a lot of capacity usually to look at somebody and just judge immediately and just be like, oh, whatever, like they think that way, I think this way, whatever. No, they really truly do like to expand, and they care about knowing how other people feel and what other people's experiences have been like, so they can learn from that. It's definitely a very important thing for them spiritually to do that. Second, with this moon sign being mutable, meaning adaptable, this person tends to be very open to fully understanding and compromising with others despite their own emotions or opinions. Because this moon sign isn't really one that tends to get too fixated and stubborn about their own feelings and their own opinions on things, they are willing to go with the flow of other people's emotions and opinions, kind of always changing with those around them. So say they have a romantic partner, since we're talking about the moon and this deals with emotions, say they have a romantic partner and there's something that they don't necessarily agree with, but their partner changes their mind and is really passionate about something. The Pisces moon sign is very open and willing to navigate that path with their partner and figure out how they can help accommodate them, just because they're so caring about the needs of others, but especially if it's someone significant to them. They just want to be there for them, care for them, understand their journey, and really go with the flow and do whatever they need to do to adapt to that person's ever-changing emotions and just understand where they're coming from. This mutability can also lead them to sometimes feel a bit lost about their own feelings as well, because they may not be entirely sure how to identify exactly what they feel or what they desire. And this can come from being so willing to adapt and change with the people they care about, rather than keeping in mind what they feel and what their opinion is. So this can often make them hard to figure out for others, but it also makes them hard to figure out themselves, because they think they may want something because they care so much about the other people that they're so busy caretaking, so busy looking out for them and going with the flow, that it can be very easy for them to lose sight of what they want. Or it can be easy for others to lose sight of who they are. They might think that they know the Pisces moon individual and then find out that they really don't know anything about them at all. Number 3. Having a water moon sign makes the Pisces moon extremely intuitive and in tune with the various frequencies in the world, making them very spiritually inclined, sensitive, and emotional. Although all of the water moon signs have an amazing intuitive, sometimes psychic ability, because Pisces is the water moon, also influenced by Neptune, this person is potentially one of the most in tune of all, literally taking on every feeling, every emotion, every experience that surrounds them, making them ultra susceptible to low and high vibration people and experiences. They also tend to have a natural ability to feel everything in its purest form, which what I mean by this is somebody with like an air moon sign, like a Gemini moon or an Aquarius moon, whatever, may tend to think a lot about their actions, think a lot about their emotions, and have to go through a really intense mental process of everything they feel and what they want to do about those feelings. But the Pisces moon is definitely somebody who is more of a wear their heart on their sleeve type of person, and they don't really think too much about what they feel. They just know they feel something, and they will tend to just follow that and flow with that as the time goes on. This is one of the things that contributes to their sensitivity to low and high vibrational experiences and people, but also it's what makes them so openly compassionate and understanding of others. 4th, the fish represents a Pisces moon's emotional duality, most often shown in their ability to not only see themselves in every living thing, but also in their tendency to live in emotional extremes. Because a Pisces moon tends to be very in tune with the duality of life, between high and low vibration, between light and dark, they are often trying to find their balance between the two rather than falling into extremes of either one. But because they are so spiritually in tune with the extremes of life, with the light and the dark, with the high and the low, and because they are always walking a fine line between the two, this is another thing that makes them so spiritual, so otherworldly, and also so able to be like almost like earthly angels towards others, because they really know every single perspective of life that could exist and every single perspective of people's emotions. A lot of Pisces moons feel the deepest, darkest depths of emotion, and they feel the highest highs of emotion as well, where nothing seems like nothing can touch them. And a lot of people don't tend to experience that much of an extreme, or they become very fixated in one way of being or one way of feeling. But this isn't true for Pisces moon. So what happens with that is that because they know the darkest and they know the highest, they are able to empathize with every individual, no matter who it is. And as you can see, it's a huge theme of empathy, caring, open-mindedness. And again, this goes back to Neptune and Jupiter being the ruling planets of this moon sign. They can be masters at finding a spark of hope in every living thing. Even if it's somebody who everyone has given up on, they can often find something to latch onto. That's why they are. And I bet if that didn't happen, they could be a beautiful person. They just tend to have this really angelic view of things. And I'm not saying that that's always the case. like I said, they experience the darkest lows and the highest beautiful highs, and they walk a fine line between the two all the time. So whereas they might latch on to that piece of hope and have a really big angelic view of somebody that everybody deemed as evil or mean, they also may latch on to one bad thing and take that to its extreme as well. It can go either way when you have the duality of the two fish pulling each other in different directions. If you're enjoying this video so far, please leave a comment down below letting me know, and let me know if you're a Pisces moon sign watching this, because I love knowing Pisces moons are actually watching this video about themselves. And be sure that you hit the like button, subscribe, and the bell for me so this video can reach other people just like you who want to learn more about astrology and spirituality. Now, for the secrets, emotions, and desires that somebody with a Pisces moon may experience. Number 1, many Pisces moons have an unusually strong and undeniable connection to the spirit realm and tend to be very introspective about spiritual questions. Before expanding on this, I want you to watch this clip real quick of Janae Aiko's recent interview with Jay Shetty. She's a Pisces moon, and this clip is a perfect example of what I'm about to talk about.
You know, I knew the story of Jesus, and now I'm learning about Buddha, and I'm 5, and my grandmother has passed away, and they said that she's burned, you know, they burned her body, but I'm like, but I don't think that she just went, you know, she's not gone. So just from that moment, I was like almost even fascinated with death, you know, and like, okay, not even necessarily trying to figure it out, but just kind of like, yeah, fascinated is the word. And loss as well. Just, you know, always trying to figure out what different feelings mean. And one day we were all doing that, and I remember I went outside and I saw like butterflies flying around, and I was like talking to the sky. Like I literally remember being this little baby and like out loud saying like, you know, talking to God and saying, you know, you can bring my grandmother back. Like, it's okay. I won't be scared. Like if she falls from the sky, blah, 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 blah. And then I saw 2 butterflies go by, and I was kind of like, when they flew by, I looked up in the window, and my older cousin was looking at me, talking to myself. And so I was like, oh, okay. But then I saw the butterflies, and something about that moment kind of made me feel like, oh, okay, she's here. You know, she didn't have to like drop out of the sky type of thing. And just from that moment on, I don't know, I've always been contemplative.
As you can see, she is a perfect example of a Pisces moon's tendency to be very introspective about the deeper things in life, especially about death and things that have to do with rebirth and existing in the spiritual realm in some way. And this is because, again, this stems from the influence of Neptune and Jupiter. Because Neptune governs other realms and dissolving the boundaries between those realms and spiritual realms and dreams, then you have Jupiter that's all about higher thought and expansion and being open-minded. It makes most Pisces moons very contemplative over our physical existence and what might lie beyond it. Their mind can't help but expand into that area of thinking where they ponder over that idea. Anything that falls into that spectrum that has to do with, again, dissolving boundaries between realms. Second, it can be extremely challenging for Pisces moon to discern their own emotions from others, their own experiences from others, etc., and may find themselves lost or unsure of what they actually want or who they actually are. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, because Pisces moon is the water sign that's adaptable and so willing to move with the waves of other people's lives and adapt to those waves, they can easily lose sight of their own wave, who they are, what they really want, and what they really feel about things, because they are so wrapped up in other people and other emotions or how other things make them feel that they can lose sight with their core soul, who they really are. So it isn't unusual for Pisces moon signs to feel unusually drained and energetically lost and confused in their lives, and because of this, they might easily resort to forms of escapism that are unhealthy for them, such as substance abuse. Third, They have a powerful ability to rise above everything and everyone, almost removing themselves from the human experience entirely. Because they are so in touch with other realms and often so spiritually in tune, then if they really tap into this side of themselves, they can have a natural, powerful ability to rise above everything and everyone and really feel like an outsider, like they're almost having a constant out-of-body experience and they're on the outside looking in at their physical reality. Now, although it may not be good for them to get to that state, as cool as it may sound, it's not good for them to completely remove themselves from the physical experience and become fully indulged in a spiritual or out-of-body one. And it's also not good for them to isolate themselves in like a spiritual chamber and separate themselves from their own existence. But what this can do is allow them to really spiritually guide and heal others in a way that a lot of people can't, which is super powerful. Lastly, let's talk about what a Pisces moon sign needs in life to feel fulfilled. First, similar to Aquarius moon, a Pisces moon needs to have something higher than themselves that they believe in and actively work towards. A perfect example is Martin Luther King Jr., who was actually a Pisces moon. He literally gave the "I have a dream" speech about a visualization he had for the future that many people at that time couldn't even begin to imagine. But he was able to transcend those limiting views around him that most people had and start a movement around a dream that he fully believed in. This is really what gives a Pisces moon true happiness and power in their own lives. It's not just dreaming and removing themselves from the physical realm by being consumed by their fantasies, but actually fulfilling this vision that they have. Second, because they are so vulnerable to every vibration around them and soak everything up, they need time with just themselves regularly in order to regain themselves and remain true to themselves. Pisces moons need a lot of alone time in order to regenerate their energy, regenerate their emotions, regenerate their emotional capacity, and just rest. It's very draining energetically for a Pisces moon to just exist, especially in such a busy world. So it's very important that Pisces moon signs take time alone to rest in some way that rejuvenates them. And everyone's going to be different on what feels rejuvenating, but whatever that is for you, do it. Because if you're a Pisces moon watching this, it is super essential. Third, it's important that they have something in their daily lives that keeps them grounded in reality and stable. Again, it isn't good for a Pisces moon to become too consumed by their otherworldly thoughts and fantasies to where they remove themselves or become depressed in physical reality because they just want those fantasies so bad that they don't like what's happening in reality no matter what. It's important to have something that keeps them grounded and stable in the physical reality. Whether this is a daily routine, honestly, a daily routine can really benefit Pisces moons a lot because it helps keep them grounded in physical reality and present. Being present and practicing being present is super important for this moon sign as well, especially like a gratitude practice, like a gratitude journaling practice would be very important to help remind the Pisces moon that there are many things to be grateful for in the physical realm, not just in the spiritual one. Again, please leave a comment down below if you're a Pisces moon watching this and tell me what you thought. And again, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and hit the bell to help me out, please. And you can hop over to the LaBlue Lotus Facebook community where we talk more about astrology, spirituality, and using those for self-transformation. If you want a more personal side of things, you can head to my Instagram at Marisa LaBlue where I have more personal, astrological, and spiritual content all in one place. And hop over to these videos and watch them to help more on your journey. Until I see you next time, thank you so much again for being here. Adios.